So the other day I made bread for the first time in my life and it came out perfect in the combi. So I thought I'd wear this t-shirt today. Hello and welcome to Copycat Recipe Reviews, where we review other people's recipes to see if we can recreate them and if they're as good as they say. Alright, so today we're going to try and make naan bread from a channel on YouTube called Savour Easy. Now it looks amazing, it seems relatively easy, but I'm still nervous because even though I made the perfect loaf the other day, I'm not 100% confident in myself. Yeah, I know it seems crazy, but this is kind of a bit different. So, and it's working with flour that I got messy the other day, but I thought to myself, if bullets bounce off this t-shirt, then so will flour. So I love naan bread, and later on I'm going to make a kebab, and I want to put the kebab in the naan bread, so it's going to be great. So if the bread don't turn out good, the kebab's just going to have to eat on its own. So let's get into it. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, so this is what we need. We need 1.5 cups of milk. We need 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. We need 2 teaspoons of salt. We need 2 tablespoons of sugar. We need 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. We need 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic. We need 3 tablespoons of oil. We need 75 ml of butter, and we need 500 grams of all-purpose flour. Alright, so we're going to start off with our milk, then our sugar. By the way, I said 2 tablespoons of sugar, it was 1. I'll put it down at the end anyway. 1, and our yeast. Now we mix it up real good. To be honest with you, I don't know the consistency. Maybe I should use a whisk. Hopefully that's enough. Alright, so in goes our flour. And we have to do it the way I did it the other day. Now, when I tried bread 10 years ago, this is where I wanted to start, where I messed up, because it gets too gooey and I couldn't take it. But today we're going to, well, the other day I mastered it, so hopefully I can master it again. Okay, how's that? It felt like 2 hours later. By the way, I used my hands a little bit because it was so hard to do. Alright, so now 3 tablespoons of oil. And this is where the real fun begins. At least my hands is not as messy as they used to get, and they used to put me off badly. First time I ever tried to make bread about 10 years ago, it got so gooey I ended up throwing it away. I couldn't master it and I had no patience. Okay, so I'm going to prove it for about an hour and I'm going to throw some oil in. And anyone who's watching this who watched me making bread a couple of days ago will know that I actually proved it without oil, and I cut away by the skin of my teeth. So today I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to put some oil on it. Now I hope oil doesn't affect it proving, because when I watched or took the instructions from the YouTube video, it didn't quite say to use oil again, but I'm not making that mistake again. I don't want it sticking. All right, there you go, I think. All right, so I'm going to proof this, or proof it for about, we'll say half an hour, because I read on Google that was it all-purpose flour takes shorter time than bread flour, which I did the other day. So I'm winging it here, I'm just guessing. So we'll say 30 minutes. If I'm wrong, I hope not. I have no guideline on this. So we'll say half an hour. I won't be able to tell if it's done anyway, but let's do it. Okay, so while the bread is proving, you've got to melt down your butter, throw in your parsley, and throw in your garlic. Mix that up real good. And if you're new to the channel, I have a habit of saying real good. I'm not doing it on purpose. But anyway, mix it up real good. See? Say it again. All right, so there it is. Now, apparently, if you spill most of it over your fingers, it adds to the flavor. Oh dear. All right, so there it is. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That took 2 hours. Now, on the video or the lady's instructions, it's about 45 to 50 minutes. So when I put it in the Combi as proof, it took 2 hours. When I did the bread the other day, the other dough, it went up real quick. Now, according to Google, all-purpose flour raises a lot quicker than bread flour. So I'm not sure why, but I'm not blaming her. I'm definitely not blaming the Combi. I kind of blame myself, I think, for the moment, because maybe I didn't knead it good enough. I'm still a novice, and I'm not experienced enough to know, so I'm gonna blame myself for that. It just didn't make sense. So now I'm gonna put some of this on it, flatten it down. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm not an expert, but it doesn't feel right at all. But you never know, like I'd know what it feels like anyway. Now I've got to cut this into 10 pieces. Believe this, I think it might be harder than you think, because it's they need to be quite the same, you know. So maybe I should mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look as good as the video. It's as accurate as I could. I don't think it's too bad though. Got to turn these into balls. All right, so this took ages. All right, so I want to thank everyone in the comments of my other video about bread, giving me advice on how to knead. I know I thanked you in the comments, but I'm thanking you again because it hasn't gone unnoticed. The only thing I will say is it probably will take some practice to get it all right, but I do appreciate it, sorry. So keep bringing on the advice. All right, so they don't look as nice as they did on the video I watched, but hopefully it works out. Okay, so I'm to cover these over for about 10 minutes to let them rise maybe. Anyway, I've got to cover them up, but unfortunately I don't have a dishcloth as big as that or a towel. So I'm gonna use my old t-shirt. It's clean, just in case people, it just looks bad. I left it out in the sun when it was drying, and it was so hot that day it did that. And this is one of my favorite t-shirts. So I haven't got the heart to throw it out just yet. And look, it's come in handy. All right, so they look like they've risen a little bit. All right, so this is what we've got to do next. It's actually a big old process, isn't it? It better be nice. So I actually bought this roller just for this. So it just shows you how dedicated I am. All right, so we need to roll it about 8 inches, between 7 and 8 inches. All right, so I think that's about 7 or 8 inches because I measured it next to my 12. All right, just kidding. I couldn't resist, sorry. All right, so this is what we're gonna do next. We're gonna put a little bit of oil squirt on it. Again, not sure how much, but we're gonna brush it a little bit to about the size of the bread, roughly, I think. Don't know if that's too much, but we'll see. Gonna heat it up on sear. Gonna put it on high. Let it warm up, not completely to sizzle, but warm enough. All right, so let's put that in. A couple of minutes. I think you know when it's done because the bottom's brownish. I'm not an expert, so people who know will probably know without looking, you know. All right, so it's been a couple of minutes and doesn't look too bad. All right, what do you all think? Doesn't look too bad. Let me see the other side. Oh, slippery. I mean, what do you think? Doesn't look too bad, right? I don't know. We'll see. Time to put on our butter, garlic, and parsley thingy. And bear in mind that you got to use this for 10. Am I putting on too much already? I don't know. Time to put in the butter side down. And while that's doing, we're going to paint. I'll put on the, keep calling it paint. We're going to put on the other side. Only for a couple of minutes. Well, maybe less. Because it's already cooked. We're going to flip it over. All right, I think that's good enough. What do you all think? Look nice? To me, it looks great. Don't mean it's perfect. Doesn't mean it'll taste nice. All right. There you go. What do you all think? Did I do a good job? Did I put too much garlic butter on it? Maybe. Okay, you ready? What do you think? Huh? Not too bad. Now, to be honest with you, I had 10 to practice with. First one, even though I thought it looked good at first, I thought maybe it's a bit too thick. All right, so I started changing it up and down. I started rolling them less. I started rolling them fatter. I started using my fingers, and I couldn't quite get the kind of bubbles you get in naan bread. Do you know? The thing is that, one thing I learned is the balls. Once I made them, I uncovered them while I was doing the flattening. Don't do that, because I think they started shrinking, to be honest with you, and they started getting a little bit crusty. So yeah, look, it's all learning experience, but the main thing is that they taste nice. So let's do the taste test. All right, time for the taste test. Not too bad, actually. They're not too bad. Actually, they're pretty good. Yeah, all right, listen. Despite everything I did, how they look. Tastes pretty good. Now I'm going to try the first one I made. See if that's nice. If I can tell which was better. Actually, this is nicer. Excuse me. Yeah, they're both nice actually. This is actually a bit nicer. Maybe because it's a bit thicker. I wasn't sure. I couldn't get those bubbles in it. You know, those kind of crispy kind of where it lifts up. I don't know what I did wrong, but you know. But they are good. So I'm quite happy with that. And they don't look bad. It's just, I don't know. All right, so naan bread. It came out really good. It didn't look as good as I hoped, but it looked okay. It tastes really good, as I said. I'm not going to blame anyone for the way it came out. Now, as I said, it was a channel called Savor Eats, and I'm going to put a link in the description so you can check that out. Again, I can't blame them and I can't blame anyone else. I'm going to blame myself. Maybe I didn't knead it. Maybe I didn't squash it. Maybe I didn't roll it right. But the thing is that, do you know when you're inexperienced with something, because of that, I can't judge whose fault it is, so I'm still assuming it's mine. You know what, I'm just getting better and better, but at least it tastes good and it don't look too bad. Now, please like and subscribe. It really helps out. I'm growing quite fast, and I think it's great, the interaction I'm having with people and the advice. Please let more advice, or put more advice in the comments, because I read it all. I know I reply and all that, but it is actually quite helpful. It sounds crazy, but it is helpful to know where you can't read certain things or watch certain things that don't quite explain it. They give you the basics. So some people have been giving me real good feedback what I should do. It still will take time for me to learn, but please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for the next video. But remember this, if I can do it, you can do it. Even though I kind of did it. Anyway, see you later.